No sound. Do I need to start from the beginning? I need to start from the beginning, don't I? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go live again, separately. Thank you for saying no sound. I have my microphone turned off. I'll go back and start again. Because this is on YouTube. Really sorry. Oh, maybe I'll just carry on. I'll just carry on. Okay, so, oh, then I've got to tell that whole story again, and it was a brilliant story. Oh, okay, so I have my baby in Japan. Short version. I have my baby in Japan. I was used to Japan, and my early kind of childhood, early parenthood experiences were surrounded by Japanese culture, the Japanese way of doing things, and other Japanese parents. And, we went to playgroups and that kind of thing. So I was used to kind of the way of doing things in Japan. And every day, because I had a newborn, I would go out because being at home all day with a newborn is a little bit boring and a little bit exhausting. It doesn't matter how much you love your baby, it doesn't matter how much you want to goggle at them. It's kind of a boring, lonely experience. It's quite isolating. So I used to go out every day. And I'd hop on a train and go somewhere, in a city or a town or whatever, usually to a shopping area with coffee shops. So my goal was to kind of walk around with my baby, either have him in the stroller or a baby wearing, and then I would go feed him, change him, let him fall asleep, and then I would go and get my coffee before heading home. And that was basically my routine. It was quite a nice life in some ways, to kind of get everything into classes. Anyway, the point of this video is to talk about the baby changing rooms. So I went into, I go there and I go to feed him. Now in Japan, every shop, every department store, every shopping mall has kind of a family room or a baby changing area. You go in and generally speaking, there's a communal area where mums, dads, aunts and uncles can go with grandparents. It's quite quiet, very respectful, very clean, very comfortable seating, comfortable benching. There's usually a little play area for older kids. And you go in there and you can sit in the communal area and feed your baby. Right? It's really good. Another part of this space was usually like a little corridor off to the side or a couple of rooms off to the side for private feeding. So this was for moms perhaps who were uncomfortable feeding or had some additional issues that they needed privacy for, or just if you just wanted a little bit of quiet, which I often did. So I often used these private rooms as well. And you could go in, there's just a nice little comfortable seat where you could just sit down and feed your baby. And it was lovely. It was very relaxing, very peaceful. And then there was the baby changing area. So this is the front of the house. So you go to the baby changing area, and there was a place to place your baby. And it was usually a nice, soft, clean mat. And on one side, you would have a place to put your baby changing bag. And on the other side, there was like a bin with a cover on. It's like it's part of the unit. Just throw your garbage in or your nappies in. It was like a row of these kind of baby change areas where you could change baby. And it was just lovely, and it was easy, and it was simple, and it meant going out as a mom was very easy and very peaceful and, well, I'm going to say not stressful. Obviously, there are stresses involved, but generally it was quite simple and quite nice. When my son was 5 months old, I came to the UK to visit, and I was stunned at the lack of facilities for parents and babies. And not only that, I was stunned at the quality of the facilities and resources for parents and children. And I was stunned at the hygiene of these spaces. And not only that, the design of these spaces were horrific, right? So, for example, I went to a play area, a soft play area with some of the family members and their kids. So this is a soft play area. It's designed for families and kids, you would think. But when I went to, it was quite loud there, there was no quiet space for me to take my baby to feed him. So I had to feed him on these plastic seats in this greasy, kind of ugly kind of canteen area. Then when I wanted to change him, I went to the baby change area, and it was like basically a grey room with like a metal baby changing area thing. And then the thing that stunned me, I've got like, so you've got the nappy bin, which which is just like some plastic thing off to the side, like away from the baby changing table, nowhere to put your baby change equipment, right? It was not clean, it stank, and then the baby change mat was positioned, the baby change unit was positioned horizontally. Like horizontally. I couldn't understand it because in Japan it was, you might not know this, but a baby change area is positioned vertically. So the baby's head is up here, and the baby's shoulders are here, and their legs are here, and you're standing in front of them to change their nappy. It makes perfect sense. But in the UK, and this was not just the soft play area, it was everywhere I went, the baby changing place was oriented horizontally. So to change your baby's nappy, you had to like be at this really weird angle and you couldn't actually change the nappy. It was the worst, most inaccessible design I think I've ever come across in terms of functionality or consideration or anything. There was like no, like I thought, who designs this was what I thought. Like I thought, who designed this and why is this the standard? Why is this the standard? I was baffled by it. Now, obviously this has not much to do with what I do, does it? So one of the things that I come up against a lot when I'm helping people with their designs, I'm teaching people, how to create their content and how to create their designs. A lot of people are so caught up in making their designs look different or making their designs look like they've been designed. They don't think about the experience of the person reading the content. They're not thinking about the experience of the people accessing the content or participating in the content or feeling the content or using the content. They're more caught up with, getting the design out there and making it look like it's been designed and making it so like this soft play area. They were more concerned about just having a space for the babies to get changed than they were about thinking about the experience of the people using that space. Yeah, it is still gross, Hayley. It is. I just don't get it. Like, what is wrong with it? Like, honestly, what is wrong with this country? I don't get it, right? But when it comes to like your everyday design, like say for example, you're making an Instagram post, I find myself saying a lot to people. Why have you placed your content on this weird angle? Like, so, like, for some reason, people tend to not just place their content like easy to read. They always put everything on an angle, like, hello, or look at this post, it's wonky. And there is a time and a place where you can place content on an angle and you can show kind of sense of kind of dishevelment in your content, and that serves a purpose. But generally speaking, people do this just to design their work, but for no other purpose, right? So the purpose is not for the end user, but what happens is the end user comes across the content, and because the text is in a bad font or has low contrast or is on some funny angle, it makes it harder to access, it makes it harder to read, and it makes it harder to use, and it leaves the user with an unsatisfied feeling. Same way that the baby changing units have in the UK. And I have to say, when I went back to Japan and I went back to those changing rooms and the baby changing areas, I reveled in the privilege of being able to raise my baby in that environment. Clean, safe, welcoming, accommodating. There were like wide open doors for strollers or people with disability aids. It was a fully accessible area, designed for the people using it, not designed just to tick the box, or not designed just to look like it's been designed. And I think that this is an important message. When you are designing your content or branding your content, you need to be considering how it is perceived. I recently saw some content that somebody put a lot of effort into, right? But it was a lot of text on a very busy background. It was inaccessible. I don't have any kind of, well, I do have slight visual impairment. I'm supposed to wear glasses, but I don't have a visual impairment that impacts my ability to read. I don't have any kind of disability that impacts my ability to read, and yet I could not read any of the words that this person had so carefully, like, spent hours and hours constructing, and then they put it on this noisy background, and all of that effort was lost. And I just implore you, when you are creating your content, to make sure that you are considering the people who need it, not just trying to make it look like it's been designed. Design is not about making something artistic and creative and gorgeous. It's about making sure I'm not pleased to read. That's rather rambling line, which began with 10 minutes of silence because my microphone was shut off. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to disappear. Thank you, Hayley, for telling me there was no sound. That was very helpful because I never would have watched it again, and I would have had no clue. I would have gone all the way to the end. I have no idea that I produced a silent video. So thank you. See you later.